A smart power strip for your smart home? Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at power strips. Specifically, we're looking at this. This is the Teckin Smart Power Strip, and it's perfect for your smart home. As you can see, it has 4 USB 3 plugs, and it has 4 AC outlets. And the AC outlets and the leftmost of the USB plugs are all individually accessible via either their app or through Alexa or Google Home, or if TTTT or IFTTT, right? So that actually lets you create rules like, if I open the garage door, turn on the light, things like that. Now, 4 outlets, 4 USB charging port. It has a 5-foot cord, so it's not a super long cord. The blue is obviously my own cord that I'm using. It is Underwriter Lab UL approved. It works with 110 to 240 volts, total max of 10 amps. Not a huge amount, but it does have an overload protection circuit breaker in it, which you just simply push the button and it resets things. Nice. And here's the only downside, is that it only works on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. So if you only have 5 gigahertz, you're going to have to open up the 2.4 gigahertz too. But this isn't the only smart home product that has that issue. So probably you've already dealt with that, and you probably have both networks running. So just something to know. Now, it gives you the ability through both the Smart Life app and through the Alexa app, it gives you the ability to actually create groups. So you can also do things like, turn on everything on the power strip. But instead of just talking about it, let's plug some things in. So first off, I'm going to plug in my phone to the USB plug that actually works, that actually works with the smart home system. And then I'm going to plug in these 2 chains of, I guess they're Halloween lights. They're not really Christmas lights, right? So now, first off, don't have Wi-Fi, no problem. You can push a button, everything turns on. And I just want to show you that the phone is now charging, right? Where this gets fun is when you actually use the smart home apps that are out there. So you can use their Smart Life app, and it works well enough. You can see here's the basic control, gives you things like timers, that's nice. But through a skill, it actually hooks directly into things like Google Home Assistant or Amazon Alexa, which means that I can then use that, and I happen to have my Alexa off camera, but she'll be able to hear, or it will be able to hear. So let's see what we can do. Alexa, turn on Smart Power Strip. That didn't work. Let's try again. Alexa, turn on Smart Power Strip. There we go. So everything turned on, the phone is charging and everything, but now I can control things individually too. So Alexa, turn off switch 1. Okay. Alexa, turn off USB plug. Now it's stopped charging. We can get that back by doing the opposite. Alexa, turn on USB plug. There we go. So suffice to say, super handy. It's really nice because you can rename things super easily in the app for either Alexa or the Smart Life app, and my Amazon Echo keeps responding every time I say that word. So I'm a little surprised we haven't heard a little voice off camera saying, "What do you mean? I don't understand that. Today is Thursday." Whatever the heck, right? So, needless to say, you can rename things. So if you plug in a floor lamp, you can call it floor lamp. If you plug in your desk lamp or you plug in your computer, you could give them meaningful names, just as I've done with USB plug, because actually by default, this is known confusingly as switch 7, but I just renamed it so I have a little better control and it makes a little more sense to me. Now, in the Amazon app, you can create groups, you can create trigger events and skills. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. So I could have it where if it's after 5 p.m., this one automatically turns on and this one automatically turns off, whatever, right? So Alexa, turn on switch 1. There, let's just get all the lights, get this maximally festive. So it's actually a pretty simple device, and I will also point out that there are teeny tiny little LED indicators that give you an on-off status for the different switches or different outlets. And that's really handy too. It took me a while to even notice that was the case. And while we're talking about stuff, I also want to say that it was a little tricky to set up because I already have smart home things in the Smart Life app. So I hooked this up, it worked perfectly well, but I also already had the skill enabled for Amazon. And when I went there, it just saw this as a single monolithic unit called Smart Power Strip. That didn't work. I had to disable the skill and re-enable the skill, and then finally it saw all the different outlets as separate devices. And then of course I had to go through the whole back and forth loop in the Amazon app saying, enable switch 1, yes, enable switch 2, yes, enable switch 3. So a little bit of puttering back and forth, but got it all to work, just took a couple of minutes. And if you're coming at this without actually having anything with the Smart Life app, then this can be a whole lot easier to work with. So I might just be a slightly atypical case because I already have so many smart devices in this house. So, okay, that's really all I have to say. This works really well. It's very nice. It's well designed. And I think that my son is actually going to use this in his apartment where he can just assign different names to different things. And it's super easy and it's self-contained. And you can turn everything on and off with one button push or with one command. Alexa, turn on Smart Power Strip. And everything turns on. How easy is that? Now, before I tell you the price, and I think when you think about how much it would cost to get 4 smart outlets, this is a no-brainer, right? But before we get there, let me ask if you can subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate when you do that. Thank you. Now, this also comes with a 2-year warranty. Let me say that. That's pretty nice. This is the Teckin Smart Power Strip with 4 AC outlets and 4 USB charging ports. And it will cost you $27.99 at Amazon.com. That is a no-brainer, even without the USB. If it just had the 4 AC outlets, that would be a really great price. But having it all self-contained like this, having it designed where you don't even need Wi-Fi to actually have it be at least basically functional, pretty cool actually. This is a very nice design, very nice device, and I encourage you, if you want to move into a smart home, to check this out. And by the way, if you have Wi-Fi, that's all you need. You don't need a control hub, you don't need anything like that. This just hooked straight into my Wi-Fi and boom, as you saw, it works great. So with that, I will hope to catch you in my next video.